Chapter 2. The Testament of SIMEON, the second son of Jacob and Leah. A copy of the words of SIMEON, which he spoke to his sons before he died in the 120th year of his life, at the time when his brother Joseph died. While SIMEON was sick, his sons came to see him, and becoming stronger, he sat up, kissed them, and said, "Listen, my children, to SIMEON, your father, and I shall tell you the things which I have in my heart. I was born of Jacob, a second son for my father, and Leah, my mother, called me SIMEON, because Yahuwah had heard her prayer. And I became extraordinarily strong. I did not hold back from any exploit, nor did I fear anything. My heart was firm, my courage was high, and my feelings were dispassionate. For by the Most High, manly courage is given to men in soul and body. In the time of my youth, I was jealous of Joseph, because my father loved him more than the rest of us." Jasher 41 verse 25. I determined inwardly to destroy him, because the prince of error blinded my mind, so that I did not consider him as a brother, nor did I spare Jacob, my father. But his Elohim, and the Elohim of our fathers, sent his messenger, and delivered him from my hands. For when I went to Shechem to procure an unguent for the flocks, and Reuben went to Dothan where our supplies and stores were, my brother Yehudah sold him to the Ishmaelites. When Reuben heard this, he was sorrowful, for he wanted to restore him to his father. But when I heard it, I was furious with Yehudah because he had let him go away alive. For 5 months I was angry with him. The Most High bound my hands and feet, however, and thus prevented my hands from performing their deeds, because for 7 days my right hand became partly withered. I knew, children, that this had happened to me because of Joseph, so I repented and wept. Then I prayed to Yahuwah Elohim that my hand might be restored, and that I might refrain from every defilement and grudge, and from all folly. For I knew that I had contemplated an evil deed in the sight of Yahuwah and of Jacob, my father, on account of Joseph, my brother, because of my envying him. And now, my children, pay heed to me. Beware of the ruach of deceit and envy. For envy dominates the whole of man's mind, and does not permit him to eat or drink or to do anything good. Rather, it keeps prodding him to destroy the one whom he envies. Whenever the one who is envied flourishes, the envious one languishes. Out of the fear or reverence of Most High, I chastened my soul by fasting for 2 years. And I came to know that liberation from envy occurs through fear or reverence of Yahuwah. If anyone flees to the Most High for refuge, the evil ruach or spirit will quickly depart from him, and his mind will be eased. From then on, he has compassion on the one whom he envied, and has sympathetic feelings with those who love him. Thus his envy ceases. Now my father was inquiring about me because he saw that I was sullen. And I said to him, I am inwardly in pain, for I was more sorrowful than all of them, because it was I who was responsible for what had been done to Joseph. And when we went down into Egypt and he placed me in fetters as a spy, I knew that I was suffering justly, and I did not lament. Jasher 51 verse 39 and 53 verse 5. But Joseph was a good man, one who had within him the ruach of the Most High, and being full of compassion and mercy, he did not bear ill will toward me, but loved me as well as my brothers. Guard yourselves therefore, my children, from all jealousy and envy. Live in the integrity of your heart, so that the Most High might give you grace and glory and blessing upon your heads, just as you have observed in Joseph. In all his days he did not reproach us for this deed, but he loved us as his own life. He extolled us more than he did his own sons, and he showered us with wealth, flocks, and produce. And you, my children, each of you love his brothers with a good heart, and the ruach of envy will depart from you. For that attitude makes the soul savage and corrupts the body. It foments wrath and conflict in the reason, excites to the shedding of blood, drives the mind to distraction, arouses tumult in the soul and trembling in the body. Even in sleep some passion for evil fills his fantasy and consumes him. By evil ruach or spirit it stirs up his soul and fills his body with terror. In distress it rouses his mind from sleep, and like an evil, penetrating ruach, so it manifests itself to human beings. Because nothing evil resided in Yosef, he was attractive in appearance and handsome to behold, for the face evidences any troubling of the ruach. And now, my children, make your hearts virtuous in Yahuwah's sight, make your paths straight before men, and you shall continually find grace with the Most High and with men. Guard yourselves from sexual promiscuity, because fornication is the mother of all wicked deeds. It separates from the Most High and leads men to Beliar or Satan. For I have seen in a copy of the book of Enoch that your sons will be ruined by promiscuity, and they shall injure with a sword the sons of Levi. But they shall not be able to withstand Levi, because he shall wage Yahuwah's war and will triumph over all your battalions. These forces distributed among Levi and Yehudah will be few in number, and from you there will be no one for leadership, just as our father predicted in his blessings. See, I have told you everything, so that I might be exonerated with regard to your sin. If you divest yourselves of envy and every hardness of heart, my bones will flourish as a rose in Yasharal, and my flesh as a lily in Jacob. My odor shall be like the odor of Lebanon. Kadosh ones shall be multiplied for me forever and ever, and their branches shall extend to a great distance. Then the seed of Canaan will be destroyed, and there will be no posterity of Amalek. All the Cappadocians shall be destroyed, and all the Hittites shall be wholly obliterated. The land of Ham shall be wanting, and all that people shall perish. Then the whole earth shall be at rest from trouble or tribulation, and everything under Shemayim, or heaven, shall be free from war. Then Shem shall be glorified, because Elohim Yahuwah, the great one in Yasharal, will be manifest upon the earth as a man. By himself will he save Adam. Then all the ruach of error shall be given over to being trampled underfoot, and men will have mastery over the evil ruach. Malachi 4 verse 3. Then I shall arise in gladness, and I shall bless the Most High for his marvels. And now, my children, be obedient to Levi and to Yehudah. Do not exalt yourselves above these two tribes, because from them will arise the Savior come from Elohim. For the Most High will raise up from Levi someone as high priest, and from Yehudah someone as king Elohim and man. He will save all the Gentiles or nations and the tribes or race of Yasharal. Habakkuk 3 verse 1, for verse 14, 8 verse 1. For this reason I command these things to you, and you command them to your children, so that they may observe them in their successive generations. And when Shimon had finished his instructions to his sons, he fell asleep with his fathers at the age of 120 years. They placed him in a wooden coffin in order to carry his bones up to Hebron. They took them up in secret during a war with Egypt. Jasher 61 verse 4-7. The bones of Yosef the Egyptians kept in the tombs of the kings, since their wizards or magi told them that at the departure of Yosef his bones there would be darkness and gloom in the whole land, and a great plague on the Egyptians, so that even with a lamp no one could recognize his brother. And the sons of Shimon uttered lamentations for their father, and they were in Egypt until the day of their departure by the hand of Moses.